Part. Hello everyone, let's solve problem 9, chapter 9, problem 31. This is under 9.1.3b. So we are solving this. X plus 2, absolute value is greater than 1. So there are two possibilities if inside the absolute value is positive or negative. So for the first one, let's try the positive. So that's greater than 0 or positive. So we don't change the sign. So x plus 2 is equal to 1. Because it's positive, we don't change the sign. We transpose positive 2 to the right side. It becomes negative, so it becomes 1 minus 2. And we are left with x on the right side. On the left side. So you have x is equal to negative 1. So that's our first boundary. And then if the other one would be, x plus 2 is less than 0 or negative. So in that case, this will be negative x plus 2 is equal to 1. So this will become, when you distribute the negative to each of the term inside the parenthesis, this will become negative x minus 2 is equal to 1. So when you transpose negative 2, it becomes positive. So 1 plus 2, and you are left with negative x on the left side. And then negative x is equal to 3. When you try to multiply this by negative 1 so that you can eliminate this negative on the left side, it will become positive x is equal to negative 3. So to put that in the number line, our negative 1 is here, our negative 3 is somewhere here, maybe our 0 is here. So to test our equation, if 0 is part of the solution in 1, if we are going to the left or going to the right. So we test x is equal to 0 to the original equation. So we have x, absolute value of 0 plus 2 is greater than 1. So 0 plus 2 is 2, so is 2 greater than 1. Absolute value, since absolute value, you are getting the positive side. So this is true. Therefore, you are going to the right from from negative 1. 0 is part of the solution. You're going to the right side. So what about here? From 3, are we going to the left side? Since we have no equal sign, this is an open, are we going to the left side or to the right side in the middle of this? In the middle of this is negative 2. Or we can test negative 4 in this side. So we can test x is equal to negative 4 in the original equation. So that would be negative 4 plus 2, absolute value is greater than 1. So this will be negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Absolute value is greater than 1. Absolute value of negative 2 is 2. Is 2 greater than 1? It is true. If it's true, therefore, positive 4 is on the solution. So therefore, we are going here. So therefore, our actual solution will be x is greater than negative 1, but less than negative 3. So that is our solution for letter A. Now for letter B, let's have this boundary. For letter B, we have absolute value of 2 times x minus 1 is greater than 0. So in this case, we will multiply this, or this value is positive. So we get 2 times x minus 1 is greater than 0 or positive. In that case, this will be 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So 2x, we transpose negative 1, it becomes positive. We divide, sorry, when you multiply, this becomes negative 2. Sorry about that. So when you change, it will become negative 2 when you transpose. Negative 2 becomes positive 2, divided by 2 both sides. We cancel 2, therefore x is equal to 1. So that's our first boundary. Second boundary will be if 2 times x minus 1 is less than 0 or negative. Okay, so if it's negative, it becomes negative 2. Okay, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So again, you multiply this. It becomes negative 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So when you transpose this to the right side, it becomes negative 2. So you are left with negative 2x on the right side over negative 2 both sides. So you are canceling that. This is also negative. So x is equal to positive 1. As you can see, you have the same boundary. So you only have 1 point. Okay? So either left or the right of positive 1. So in here, you only have one boundary. That's positive 1. So if this is 1, this must be 0. We will check, okay, using x is equal to 0. So test x is equal to 0 to the original equation. So that's absolute value of 2 times 0 minus 1, absolute value greater than or equal to 0. So this will be cancelled. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, absolute value is greater than or equal to 0. Absolute value of 2 is positive 2. Is positive 2 greater than or equal to 0? Is it true or false? This is true. Therefore, our line, let me move my line. Sorry, I did not have enough space. So let's have our line below. Okay, this is our 1, this is our 0. If this is true, therefore 0 is part of the solution. So since we have an equal sign, this is a shaded portion, and the left side, greater than. So this is left side is true. It's part of the solution. So what about the right side? Since we only have also 1 here, we'll check the right side. Let's say 2. So we test x is equal to 2 if this is part of the solution. So if x is equal to 2, so 2 times 2 minus 1, absolute value greater than or equal to 0. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 times 1, absolute value is greater than 0. This is 2 is greater than 0. Is this correct? Is 2 greater than 0? This is also true. So as you can see, we tested the left side, it's true. We tested the right side, it's also true. So your x can be on the left side or on the right side, meaning x is all real numbers. It could be any real numbers from the left side of 1 to the right side of 1. So x is all real numbers. That's for letter B. We'll answer letter C on the next video.